how you doing? Gallifrey Madman coming at you again with another GLC podcast. And as usual, joined by my cohort, Dirty Ewok 75. Say hello, Ewok.
Howdy, troops. The dirty one is back.
Ooh. Oh, don't threaten him now. So,
There's no threats there, man. No threats.
just to start things off here, I realize, yes, people, there was no podcast last week, and we apologize about that. There was also no video on my part. I was having computer issues and could not get anything done properly or even efficiently, so where I could get it done last weekend. So I had to forego it, and I apologize about that. I hope you're not too upset. But here we are back again this week with the next podcast, and we've got a bit to talk about, I think.
I think we do. I think we've had a busy wee time of it, to be honest with you. It's quite a bit going on. And some very, very interesting news coming up for Project Cars. Now, to be warned, there is going to be a bit of talk about Project Cars on this podcast.
Man love.
If it's not your thing, sit. What the hell was that?
We're going to have man love for Project Cars.
Oh, man, no, sorry. That was really weird, really weird. Yeah, so if it's not your thing, just chill out, sit down, listen in. It's after all, it's the podcast. It's me and Gally. You don't know where it's going to go. The last few seem to have gone off on a different tangent, but we've had guests. But we've gone back old school. We've gone back to the drawing board. We're back to the original format for the moment, and it's just me and Gally chit-chatting, catching up, and spitting the shit. Spitting the shit is what we're doing. Shooting the shit. All right, shooting the shit, yeah. Just spitting shit, I don't know what you're doing. Shooting the shit. So there's going to be a bit of talk about Project Cars, and Gally has some very, very interesting news for the ones maybe possibly don't know yet regarding the Project Cars, which is going to be good. It's going to be really, really good, very proactive and very positive for the Project Cars community, being that the fact that at the moment, our numbers aren't anywhere near or even match the numbers they get on Forza. However, with Gally's little hard work that he's been doing, his little intervention and little thing he's been doing here, I think we could be matching, if not beating Forza lobby numbers, all going well. So that's just
It's not something that can happen overnight. This is something we're going to slowly, hopefully, grow into. But you're right. It's looking to improve upon our numbers. Hi, Alfie. Bring upon certain things to increase the amount of events, because we want to bring Project Cars more to closer to the forefront in GLC.
Yes.
We don't want it to look like the sickly cousin that we are right now.
Sickly cousin.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Okay. I've never felt like an unwanted child so much in my life. No, but it is. And we have been guilty in the past of banging on about Project Cars, but this one I think is
There's a reason for it this time.
We discuss it. Yeah, it's important that we get it out there and we push it, because for the ones who don't know, me and Gally really are pushing Project Cars. We're fully committed to making this a force to be reckoned with, not in competition with Forza, but another option for drivers and gamers alike. So, it is the way it's going to go. We'll be discussing a few other things, anything that comes into our mind. We will be discussing the English language as a whole, which should I can't get out, which should suit most of our audience.
Because they'll all be agreeing with you and making fun of me.
Especially the ones in the United States of England, or United States of Scotland, Wales, or Ireland. Depends how you want to put it. But yeah, so we'll crack on and we'll get into it. But I think, to be honest, we've missed something. We've jumped straight in and we've absolutely missed something.
What's that?
Gally, your week. Not last week, the week before, so the last podcast, you'd had a cracking week. You had good news. 2 weeks have passed. How are things going? Anyone knows what's been going on with you?
Well, since we missed the podcast last week, there literally was really nothing that happened during that week beforehand. So we really had nothing to talk about.
Okay.
It was just me and you. We went to work. We did the same things we always did, and nothing new absolutely happened. Except for maybe we could have mentioned Junior won the Super Kart Cup, but nobody really cares.
No. Shh. Don't talk about that.
But this, like I said, this week we had a lot going on. Not only with GLC and Project Cars, but a couple of different things going on in our personal lives. And right now, it's things are looking up for all of us, and as much as you may have received some bad news this week, Ewok, I think it's going to be the best for you because
today,
today, because
today, mate, yeah. On the day off as well, I got a phone call. God,
but I think it's going to be good for you because I don't think that new job you had was a good fit.
It's a bit of a strange one, mate. The job itself, as I said before, it was easy enough. There was a bit of bullshit involved, and I know a few of the lads like Miles done a bit, and so's Woodle. They've done a bit of courier work in the past. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, I am now unemployed. My new job that I've been at for 5 weeks now is no longer. I got a phone call today from my boss on my day off, thinking, okay, what's going on here? Something, maybe wants me to go in tomorrow on my day off. But no, it was the company I work for. Their client is Amazon. Yes, the tax dodging company. They cut my company's budget by like 60 grand. Okay, so the end result was that my boss had to sack 21 drivers, and two supervisors today. And I was one of them because I was one of the new ones. So last in, first out. So yeah, that's how my day went. Now, thinking, day can't get any worse. It cannot get any worse. I rush home because Gally had made it very, very clear that from 3 p.m. UK time I was his. So like the little bitch that I come running home and made sure I was online on time. And my day was then consumed 4.5 hours of Destiny with Gally.
You got off easy.
So yeah, so my day, I say my day did any worse. It did really, it's probably what I needed to get my mind off it. And since I'm a kind of newbie to the Destiny world, it was good to get stuck into it. Now, if you want to play Destiny with Gally, be prepared not to hang around. Doesn't browse. It's literally as soon as one
task
mission is done, he's off like a shot. He is. He doesn't wait on you either. You know what I mean? He's, if he moved that fast in Project Cars, he might beat Junior.
Oh, fuck you.
But yeah, so I'm trying to get to know Destiny, and it's just a blur. It's just so much of it going past me. I try to keep up with Gally, but yeah, no, it was good. And I got one day it consumes time, but bloody hell does it. I couldn't believe that was 4.5 hours, and it didn't really. It felt long, but not that long. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But good.
I've had days where
it was.
I've started playing at 8 o'clock in the morning, and next thing I know, it's dinner time.
Oh, I never thought I would. You said that about Destiny, and I thought, nah, it doesn't take that long. There's no way you can spend that much time on it. And you do, but things you don't realise how much time it's taking.
Nope.
Which is kind of odd in a way. But
you just get caught up into it, and you keep
Destiny,
going.
Yeah, that's the Destiny. I mean, of all the games I'm playing now, I think apart from the racing, there's no set game I'm kind of concentrating on at the minute. Trying to sort of play a bit of them all, but I can see Destiny taking up a bit of time. I mean, bloody hell, I even sent Gally a screenshot on WhatsApp to say keep him busy, and it was a screenshot of me playing Destiny because I was told put some effort in, put the time in, get your ranking up. Okay, yeah. Oh yes, boss.
At least do one public event a day to get the major awards. That's it.
Well, to be honest with you, with that job, I didn't really have the time. But now that I'm currently unemployed. I think I'll have plenty of time to get these public events
Should
done.
be able to hang out with Woodle now too.
Let's get Woodle on Destiny. There you go.
There we go.
Get some
Woodle, you got
Destiny,
time
man.
for Destiny. Well, actually,
There we go.
Woodle just him and his wife moved into a new home.
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm thinking, knowing Woodle, it more than likely was something a little bit deeper into the woods, so people didn't have to watch him run around attached to his dogs. I don't know.
Maybe, yeah. I did send him a sort of a good luck thing on WhatsApp because I didn't even know he was moving house.
None of us did.
The whole employment thing issue, and the next one he's moving house.
Yeah, but he's getting majorly screwed by the internet company because they're making him wait almost a complete month before they're going to supply him with his internet.
It depends on the company. That's the thing. Some companies are more. I mean, like Mallard talked about his internet, and he's he's going to be waiting. I think it's Tuesday he gets his.
He got his today.
Today.
Yeah, at first they were telling him Tuesday, but he ended up getting it today.
Yeah. When I moved to my company, it was literally seamless. As my old one stopped, my new one picked up straight away. There was no delay, which was good. I think we should not keep them waiting. I think with this Project Cars news, Gally, I think you should deliver it with a boom, and put it right out there because it's with a boom. It's big news, and it is big news. I'm excited about it. I know you are, and I think everybody deserves to know. Some people know already, but I think it needs to be delivered.
People involved with Project Cars mainly
in your
know.
style. Yeah.
All right, so let's just get into it. Project Cars, GLC. Everybody knows it's been a slow starter. It's been gradually picking up, and we've had some decent lobbies here and there. Nothing consistent, but we're not giving up on it because that's what me and Ewok race, because we don't like any of the other games anymore, so it's either Project Cars or nothing. And we love Project Cars that much to where we can live with the small lobbies, but we really want to have better lobbies. So this is what the work I've been putting into it. And since Xbox Live has added the clubs, which I believe everybody should be updated to now, because that went public last month, I believe. I was playing around, just looking around at racing game clubs. And I did find one for Project Cars, strictly, and it's called Project Cars Clean Racing League. I joined the club, and I hung around it a little bit, started looking at what was going on, and it wasn't really being active. I mean, people would go in and out of the club, but really nothing being shared in the activity feeds, all this other stuff. I'm like, I wonder what could be doing, because it's a 50-member club, so there's obviously 50 people in here at some point. Let's see what we can do with it. So I got in touch with the owner of the club, and I started a conversation with him about what would he allow for promotions from, say, a website like GLC. Well, to make a long story short, he basically liked what I had to say about GLC. He doesn't really know what to do as far as promoting when it comes to creating events and so forth in the Project Cars and making his club grow. And also he works nights, so he doesn't have as much time to commit to it when most people are available to game. So he basically asked me, what do you think about the idea if I made you an admin in my club and allowed you to bring this to us and, bring your GLC community here and promote with us and maybe, get something going? I said, I'd be more than happy to build a partnership with you and get this going. So this is what we agreed upon. So now Project Cars Clean Racing League has become partnered with the GLC, and this is, like I said, this is strictly for Project Cars, to where now we have full promotional rights to the club on Xbox Live, and hopefully access to all of these new racers that are not members of GLC. There's a few that are. Strangely, Mr. Coughlin was there before any of us. Did not know it, but he was there first. And then I joined, and then I got Ewok in, and we have Junior in here trying to get greasy. But we're going to try and now promote this because there's people there that are really eager to race. We need to learn more about what type of racing they like to do, because right now we're getting the sense that people are just mainly racers and they like to race long laps, race for about an hour, which is fine. That's the type of racing me and Junior like to do. And so we're going to see what type of people are in there, what they prefer as far as the formats, what's the times. We really got to learn as far. The one really good news on my part is there seems to be quite a bit of Americans in this club, which is really great for me because when I switch over to my new job and I start coming home every night, it looks like I'm going to be able to give myself options to have racing during the week with other members of the club or members of GLC. So I'm really excited about that portion of it because we got more people in my time zone.
That's good. You deserve that, mate. I mean, you've been a weekend racer for too long, mate. So the fact that this has come along it's almost falling in your lap, to be honest with you.
Pretty much.
New job, you've got more time, and now this club as well. And it's just, I think it's the best thing could happen for you, racing wise, definitely, and gaming wise. Gives you something else to get your teeth into.
Yeah. And matter of fact, the owner of the club, which is Mr. Blessed Davy, he just sent me another message today, or Mr. Blessed Davy, not Blessed, Blessed Davy. He sent me a message today saying, giving me full permission to rewrite the club introductions and everything else, and to link the GLC in there, and really build the club up for him. Oh yeah, so he's really he's looking for me to help him grow his club for him, and and he's not doing it to where he's taking advantage of it. We're working together to give us both something, to grow and really become a place to race on Project Cars, because unfortunately Xbox does not have a very large Project Cars community when it comes to people who race on it. PS4 does, the PC does. Yeah. Unfortunately, when it comes to Project Cars, Xbox is lacking when it comes to players. So we're looking.
It's a bit of a shame, really, because I mean, I've got it on both, and apart from the graphic side of it, it's the same game. It operates the same. Your frame rate's just slightly different, but it essentially runs the same. So I don't really know why it is that the PS has that. You can go to PS and you can get a full lobby, whereas in Xbox you got to search for it. I don't know what that is. But, I mean,
there's just more people on PS4. I have no problems admitting that there are more people on PS4 this time around, and that's just fact. That's the way it goes. There's more people than that on PC. Xbox is pretty much the sickly cousin in the gaming industry these days when it comes to the big top three. So, unfortunately, but Xbox has improved. We're not in the same position as we were last year when it came to gamers. Xbox has been growing, and slowly things have been growing with it. I think another main thing is when Project Cars released, Xbox One had more issues than the PlayStation 4 version did, so a lot of people abandoned it right quick on Xbox. So I think that's another thing that really hurt it. What I'm hoping for is with the info we're getting for Project Cars 2, I mean, to me, in my book right now, there isn't another racing game on any. Well, I'm not saying PC, but on console There isn't another racing game right now that can even
Is it
hold the feather to Project Cars. It is just literally the best one you can get. But again, that's my personal opinion. I'm not telling you that's fact. Anybody out there listening, I'm not telling you that
a few months ago. A few months ago, I wanted to skip you because obviously I hadn't come back to the Project Cars, but so glad that I had, and I think that with this new group and this new audience we've got, it's going to get bigger, better, bolder, and our options now are endless. Like I said, we said at the start, we're already looking at season 3. Possibly already nailed the card down. It'd be a case of testing tracks and what have you, and going from there. And in sync with that, to try and boost audience on the Friday as well, the Friday project. Some weeks are quiet, some weeks are busy. This last one was not so bad. About 4 or 5 of us in there.
There were 6 of us.
I'm thinking. Again?
There were 6 of us. Oh, on Friday. I thought you were talking about last week's racing.
No.
Sorry about that.
On Friday. So what I'm going to start looking at doing is possibly running cups or mini events, whatever, on the Friday, just to boost the numbers again. It's there for the social aspect, but it's just to get a different level as well. So whenever a couple of social races and the end of the night with a point scoring race, something I'm looking at. I'd have to come up with the format. Me and Gally obviously roll with that and go through the details before anything would be sort of put in place or formatted for to go up on the page and what have you. But that just shows the development of where the Project Cars is going now. It was something that was done on the side as an extra. I no longer see it as an extra. For me, it's now part of the whole race club thing. It used to be just the Forza and Project Cars. For me, it's 50-50. It's a 50-50 split at the moment. And I'm thoroughly looking forward to it. The only thing I would like to see is there is a lot of cars on Project Cars, but for me sometimes I want something a little bit different. Not to the level where as far as we got hundreds and hundreds of cars. Just something a little bit different, because some of the cars in there are a bit too, I would say, a bit too exotic. Or to the point where they're so exotic that they're not really drivable. I mean, what happened was, on Friday, at the end, it was just me and Superior Rain. And I said, right, Kev, choose a track. He went Donington. I said, choose the car. I chose this car called Gumpart Apollo.
The Gumpart.
It's called.
Yeah, the Gumpart.
The Gumpart, yeah. And
which anybody doesn't know, it's just a regular street legal supercar.
Yeah, and it's like the poor man. It looks like the poor man's Bugatti Veyron, but it's terrible. It's terrible to drive.
Really? I thought it looked more like a Saline.
Yeah, well, maybe, yeah. A mixture of both, but it could have been the track, to be honest. I mean, I imagine on a big open track.
No, you're completely right. It's a street car.
The car is.
And Project Cars does not go well with street cars, even though there's a few in the game.
Which is a shame. Yeah.
No, it's not a shame, because I don't. If I wanted to race street cars, I'd play Forza, which is why I left Forza. I want to race, and I want to race with race cars.
Yeah, I know.
That's why we will never use street
get
cars
some of the,
in any of our leagues.
You get some of but you get some of the touring car types, like the Evo and stuff, and even then, it's sometimes you've got to play with it just to get it, just to behave itself on track. But yeah, you're right. Now it's a racing game, and I'm desperate for Project Cars 2. I want information. I want footage, pictures, anything. I mean, you go into the WMD portal thing, and yeah, they've got some information on there, and they've got a couple of screenshots, artwork if you like. But there's nothing. They're not even leaking anything.
No, they're keeping it close to the chest.
And it's
because of what happened with their launch on Project Cars 1. It's because of that they're keeping it close to the chest.
But I would like to see just something. I mean, they've announced, obviously, the different types of racing they're going to be doing. uh, to illusion and uphill stuff. They've got
Yeah.
snow and sort of rallycross and stuff, which is
Yeah,
really going to mix it up.
The snow is
really
strictly going to be rallycross. That's not going to be involved in regular racing.
Yeah.
So and
Well, no, you wouldn't race on a track in the snow, would you?
no,
Unless you were
no,
into it, don't you?
unless you were a complete idiot.
Or American. But yeah. So looking forward to that. Really, really looking forward to it. And I'm eager. I really am. I just want to see something. Even if it's like on the depths of the internet. Find this little, some information, 3 lines of text. I don't care what it is. Just something that'd let us know what's happening with Project Cars 2. Because my fear is when you get games like that where they don't release a lot of media, these are the games that end up getting binned or cancelled, or the developers pull the plug. And it'd be such a shame to see a game like Project Cars not have a hugely, hugely successful sequel or follow-up, because the audience is there. You know what I mean?
The audience is involved. The audience is involved in making the game, just like they were the first one.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, they have more.
Desperately want to see that.
They have, non-disclosure agreements. So, people don't want to get sued for leaking information these days. So, and I guess they're being a little bit more strict about it. And from whatever threats they put out there for people leaking information, they're taking them seriously.
Yeah. Now, on a slightly lighter note, Gally, the English language.
Oh, no. We're not done with Project Cars. We'll get to that. We're not done with Project Cars. Because I'm going to let I'm letting people know what's going on, so this way they can start being informed. You had mentioned season 3 is in the works for Project Cars. I will let people know that it's 99.9% likely that the season 3 is going to be an LMP season, which will be one of the LMP cars. Which ones we have not exactly decided on yet, so that is something you can look forward to waiting to find out. But it will be
Fast and Furious.
Yes, it's going to be a fast season. It's going to be an LMP season. Now, as far as the race formats, we are going to go back and we're going to go back to a single race format. Time length, looking 45 minutes to an hour, with, a little bit of get together time if people want to do practicing and then the qualifying. It's just racing people want to do. One of the very minor reasons I kind of started stepping away from Forza is, as while it's nice to have, we'll do this format with this many races that night. I don't like the multi-race format that much anymore. It was all right, but it's just something I grew to not like, because we started racing with guys like Junior. A multi-race format, unless there's things built into the format to help the slower drivers and help retard his progress, the multi-race formats with short amount of laps benefit people like Junior and Greasy, because it's just, we have mandatory pit stops, blah, 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 blah. But, like in my Project Cars, you can decide what you do in the pits, unlike Forza, where it just everybody gets the same shit. So Junior could sit there and go, well, we're only racing, 10 or 12 laps. My tune allows my tires to wear, so I'm not going to change tires when I go into tune. So, I'm going to knock that time off in my pits and blah, 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 blah. So that's things that, other people might not understand, or they might not get when it comes to the pits. So they'll end up being in the pits longer. So this way here, we're really going to go back to the long format, the long race. And people will be able to be more on an equal level, because things like tires and fuel are going to become more of a major role when it comes to the Project Cars leagues.
It's about managing your race, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah, it
it's not
is.
a case
And
of
the short
jump
race
in,
formats don't
go,
allow you
race is
any
over.
real
Yeah.
race management.
Yeah.
And the last thing I want to do is I could do something about that, but I don't want to really sit there and tune up make the cars burn fuel faster and all that other stuff, because then it starts getting ridiculous. So I don't want to do that. So we're just going to go back to the long format. The other thing that we're looking at doing is GT3. Okay, me personally, it's my favorite class of racing, the GT3s, which is, if you're a Forza person, that's the modern GTs, just single class, not the DB1 though.
Yep.
Or the DB9 or whatever it was. DBR9.
I think the GT3 is it's probably the most balanced group.
It is, and it has the most cars
in the
it.
project cars.
And there's such a wide. I mean, between you have
Good
Cadillac,
selection
Aston
there,
Martin, Audi. There's roof, not Porsche, but it's basically a Porsche. It's the roof. You got so
roof, I
much.
thought it was rough.
No, it's pronounced roof.
Okay.
But so what I think we're going to end up doing is a permanent, and this is what I mean, a permanent. It'll be broken up into seasons. But basically, Saturday night is going to be GT3 night. It's just going to be a permanent GT3 class evening, and the reason we're doing this, the reason we're doing this is for us to really start growing project cars. We need to concentrate on project cars, and we need to forget about Forza. And now, this is not saying anything bad about Forza, but we just can no longer think about Forza in the GLC anymore. It doesn't exist anymore. The only thing we need to worry about is project cars. If people want to race project cars, they'll race project cars. If they want to race Forza, then they'll be racing Forza. I'm not going to be worried about trying to accommodate people anymore. It's just, this is project cars. You either race or you don't. So these are things.
It's about building a consistency, mate, isn't it?
Well,
Having a stable foundation.
Yeah,
and this is what we're going to do. And
Forza kicks our ass anyway, so it's just I've always kind of been, since we started it, I've been wanting to be that, well, here, I want to give you a chance to race both. But I've just come to accept the fact that people don't want to race both. They don't like project cars. So fine, you're going to race Forza, and I'm not going to be worried about whether you can participate in a project cars league anymore. I'm just going to start creating my own leagues, and I'm going to bring in new people, which is what the whole merger with Project Cars Clean Racing League is all about, is I'm looking to just bring in a whole new class of people into the GLC.
That's good, mate. I really do. Like I said, I'm excited about this new potential of racers we've got coming in, and it's a breath of fresh air. It's something good, I mean, if we could get all 55 or 50 of that group to join in one hit, one mass hit, I think it'd be amazing, because we'll be looking at lobbies of,
you can only do 16
on a project car. Well, all right, 16 then. 20 plus 16.
Yeah,
16.
The funny part is,
a full grid.
AI, you can do 30, or I think you could do like 24 or something like 26, but with human racers, you can only do 16.
Yeah, but to have a full grid on project cars would be fantastic. A dream, mate.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it really would. Really, really would.
That would really make tracks like Brno shine, because my favorite track. But if you had a grid of 16, which we came close to, the very first Cup, which MGT, which was our last guest, you might have heard mention, it was his memorable moment, is he won the Cup. We had close, I think we had 13 drivers on that very first Cup race that night. And it was just phenomenal to have that many people on the track. And it was people... you didn't spend any time on the track alone. You could see other racers, and that's what I want to have. I don't want you spending all night during the race by yourself. I want you to have, whether you can be competitive with the fastest racer or not, I want there to be a good mixture of people, so that even if you're a slow racer, maybe there'll be other slow racers, and you can have your own little personal, your personal competitions. I just want to make sure I beat this guy. I want to beat him.
A busy track on project, it's something different. It's not like Forza. It's definitely not like a F1 on the Wednesdays.
Yeah,
it has its own thing. There's kind of a flagging system that tells you the faster drivers coming. But because everyone's pushing that hard, and the simplest of things can take you clean out the race. They can do the damage.
Well, yeah, the simplistic, but I think Project Cars is a little bit more forgiving when it comes to minor contact. When it comes to the cars, I think it's a little bit more forgiving, like real racing. Your fender's going to crunch a little bit before it actually bounces the other guy off of it.
Yeah, but a busy sort of track on Project Cars, it is loads of fun. I mean, if you're going to play it by yourself, even if you do put the busy tracks on, one thing that I do like is that you can literally tailor the AI to you. Scale 1 to 100. I mean, if you go above 50, then you're dicing with death. If you go anywhere above 70, the AI is suicidal.
Yeah.
Now, I'd be quite interested. I might do it just one night for a laugh. Just put AI on 100, because the AI on Project Cars is like racing somebody that you've pissed off. Because if you give them a little nudge in a corner, you can pretty much guarantee within a couple of corners' time, they'll put you off track. They'll give you a nudge that puts you off the track. I think that's interesting, because it's not like
I honestly
can't predict it. It's very, very unpredictable. It really is. It does act. It's like you have pissed somebody off and they decide, this is the point that they're going to take you out, and you don't know what's coming. All of a sudden, you're going for a clean pass. You've got loads of room, and that's when the AI will decide, nah, you ain't getting past, and they'll push you off track.
I've actually considered
and
this.
It is very humanized. Yeah,
I've thought
100%.
I thought about just doing a cup, not a league or anything, but just a no holds barred cup, and putting out the AI on the track at full settings.
Wow.
Turning off damage. Basically fuel and tire wear only, and anything goes. I mean anything goes. If doing a little bouncing a guy, hitting a guy, tapping a guy in the ass on a corner to send him loose to get by him, anything would go. And I was just curious whether people would be able to have fun with that or
not. I think there'd be a few tempers lost. I'll tell you that right now.
Well, not if you're going in knowing that's the purpose of the race.
I know for a fact who your target would be, and we're not going to say it because he gets mentioned on every single.
Are you talking about he who should not be named?
Yes, I am. I think if you got him in there, he would definitely be.
I would not tap him in the ass. I'd want to fucking full out T-bone him.
I'm glad you said T-bone instead of teabag. Okay.
No, that'd be if he ever played Destiny.
Oh, fucking hell. Okay. But yeah. So, hey, Project Cars trips. It's here. It's
growing
bigger and better, and it's good. It really is good.
Stay tuned for more, because it's just going to keep getting more and more. Yeah. So, Project Cars, just keep an eye out.
Bada boom. Now, the English language, my friend. Okay.
You mean that thing that you're still trying to figure out?
No, see, we gave it to you.
You didn't give a shit. You did not give a shit.
No, we give the English language, and you go and fuck it up. You start moving the letters around and having different words for this and different words for that. And I was aware that you mentioned earlier that
Latins and Greeks gave us our language.
Malad used the word kip. And you can comprehend.
It's because it's just a foolish word, kip. Why would you even use that word to describe getting some sleep?
I mean, like, the one we were talking about earlier, right? In the States, obviously, you have different presidents on each of your notes.
Yes.
So and you can describe your notes by the president. Unfortunately, in the UK, we've got old Liz on every note.
Yeah.
So where you would give somebody a Benjamin, we would give somebody a Liz. But it wouldn't really work in the UK. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. The terminology is so different over there. It really is, and I don't understand.
Wait a minute, over
why
here,
there's been this change.
Your country, your region, your empire has more slang language than we do. Okay. So if anybody's sitting there wondering what the hell is going on, it's the rest of the world going, "What the fuck are they talking
that's
about?"
localized. That's localized dialect. But we're talking. We give you like a normal word, and you're just going to fuck around with it.
We don't fuck around with it.
I mean,
We have our own words. Look what you
All
did.
right,
Look what you
explain
did
to
to aluminum.
Well, aluminium, you mean?
Yeah. See what you did to aluminum?
But it's not aluminum.
It is aluminum. The guy who created and discovered aluminum, he gave it to you. And then what did you do? You changed it to aluminium.
Okay, center, right? Why did you change the E and the R round? It's not center, it's center.
Center. E-R. E-R makes the sound
Center.
It's basic English spelling. It's basic spelling.
Oh, God.
If it goes it ends in ER.
Right, okay. Oh, no.
Just like
it doesn't.
Okay, color. What the fuck did you need to add a U for? It's color, not color.
But it's not color.
It's color. It's not color.
No, it's not color. Color is L-O-R. O-U-R is color. That's what it's color. You don't say color, do you? See, this
Color.
is where it's wrong.
Color.
No. Like, why'd you call a bonnet a hood? I don't know. Why is it called a hood?
Don't ask me. That's what Henry Ford, who invented the automobile, wanted to call it.
No.
You got to remember, no. See, when it comes to cars and parts in a car,
Why is it called a trunk?
No. Shut. You cannot argue with us because the automobile is an American invention. We get to say what shit is called. If you want to call it something else, that's on you. What we call it is the proper stuff because we invented the damn thing. Plain and simple.
Really?
Yes.
God.
Yes.
Excuse
me. Great Britain had nothing to do with the inventions of automobiles. If it wasn't for America and Germany, you guys would still be in the horse and buggy. So,
and talking inventions, this is actually one for you guys. Actually. Who invented the television?
Who invented the television? The telephone? Alexander Graham Bell.
He invented it, right?
Yeah.
And where was he from?
I have no fucking clue. Don't care. The telephone was just an improvement on the telegraph. That's all that was.
Yeah, but I read something about it. It was actually it's either the telephone or it was the TV, which was Craig Logie Baird. It was one of those inventions. I can't remember which it was. It actually bugged me because I remembered it and I forgot it. One of them was actually invented by an American. However, the American person who'd done it, this is going to really bug me, didn't get the credit because although they invented it, they couldn't get it to work. So when it was launched, and this is the working telephone or TV, wherever it was, that's the person that got the credit for it. I can't remember if it was the telephone or the TV. I'll have to go get it later and find out. Because when I read it, I thought, that's a bit odd. Because it's quite weird. It might be the TV. I think it was TV, actually, now I think about it. It was actually invented by an American, but they couldn't get it to work. So when Craig Logie Baird obviously done it, he actually got it working and therefore got the credit for it. There you go. Useless information, mate. Useless information. But that doesn't take away from the fact that you guys just a whole different language, man.
No.
Yeah, no, we were talking about this earlier, naming your kids. No offence to the one who should not be named. Junior, Chuck. I just, no. There's some really silly, really odd names.
Oh, you want to talk about that? Oh, let's talk about where the hell do you get Dick from Richard?
Do you know what? I don't know.
I don't either,
really
but it's a
don't know.
British thing.
I've got a mate called Richard, and I wouldn't call him Dick. I really wouldn't. It's not something that, I don't look at him and go, yeah, Dick. No.
And I told you why.
Not that-
Junior.
not that I think
If a
about
person
it.
is a junior, they generally will call him by that name, Junior, to differentiate from the senior. So that way people know who they're talking to or who they're talking about. But when they introduce these people, they do use their proper name. It's just people who know that person call them Junior, not complete strangers.
Okay.
I mean, we don't call Robert Downey Jr., do we? No, he's Robert Downey Jr. But guess what? When he was growing
What
up,
if his
I'm
dad
very
called him
sure
that?
his family just called him Junior.
Right, here's one for you. Why do you call your mother Mom? M-O-M.
Because she's mom.
What's Mom?
Mom.
Why Mom?
Mom.
See, we use Mum.
Yeah, why do you use
you-
mom?
you guys use
Mom is
mom.
a flower.
I don't know. So what?
Mom is a flower.
What was that word we were talking about earlier?
What?
Two different meanings. One for you, one here, and then one you. That's when we were talking about Kip. You mentioned another word.
I'm too old to remember this shit.
Getting your head down, that's sleeping. Yeah. That's weird. I don't know what it is. I mean, you're lucky. I don't use Scottish slang on these podcasts.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Because you'd be lost. If I was to say to you, right, my napper's pure louping.
Your napper's what?
My napper's pure louping.
Pure loping? I'm having trouble understanding the syllables.
Exactly, right. My napper is pure louping, right? Now, even the English people are going to go, what the fuck is he talking about? That is basically you're telling somebody
You're definitely a chicken bugger, aren't you?
That your head's thumping. My fear is that the only education the Americans have on the Scottish language is Sean Connery, Braveheart, and if you've ever seen a show from the 80s and featuring Russ Abbott, that actually scares me. But yeah, hey, English language.
Excuse me? It's not just Americans. Most people don't like the Scottish language because nobody knows what the fuck you people are saying up there.
Well, if that's the case, tell to the rest of your fucking your countrymen just to stop fucking coming over here and playing golf. I think that's one thing actually. I'm from St Andrews, the home of golf, right? And
bless you.
Grew up in St Andrews, the amount, even now it's mental, the amount of Americans that descend on St Andrews, especially during the golf. Golf is
it's no different than a Muslim going to Mecca.
It's you Yanks love Scotland.
No. We love golf. Has nothing to do with Scotland.
Stuff, right? No, you come here and you buy all the tartan stuff, try and look as Scottish as possible, and take it home. We sit back and go, mug. We don't even fucking wear that here.
Trust me, they don't wear it when they get back either. Everybody just wants to know what you really wear under that kilt. That's all.
Nothing. Big hairy ginger balls. Even the women.
Nice and salty.
Salty balls.
Salty balls.
I'll have you know my hygiene is of the highest standards, and my balls are not salty. At least once a week. But we're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about that. We're not.
No, languages are they're different everywhere you go. Nobody wants to be the same as everybody else. Okay, you really want to start making fun of us over here. Okay,
there's not much difference.
Shush.
Really?
Shush.
Oh, shush now.
Yeah, shush.
So we say shoot. We say shoot.
I'm about to give you one of the greatest things you can use against an American. So shush.
Against an American?
Yes.
A gun?
Okay. Everybody knows that the original indigenous people here were Native Americans. And then mostly everything else was brought over here from Europe. So you had a lot of British, whether it be England, Ireland, Scottish. You had Japanese people here. You had the Vikings, the Nords. Okay, you had all that. Try and just answer this one question. Where the fuck did the Southern drawl come from?
I don't know. And I want to
we
know
don't even
why
know
it
that.
is
How the fuck did the
in
people down south start talking like that?
I want to know why it is in the States that these people choose to live in swamps. What's
wrong with swamps?
Why would you choose to live in a swamp in a hut wearing dungarees and a shirt, chewing a bit of grass, where you every other week you?
Because it's the most likely place where the government's not going to tell you how to live.
I remember reading a story about a guy in the States who was in Florida who was living off the grid. It was in the middle of nowhere, middle of this heavily wooded area, where he built himself a treehouse. He'd been there for something like 8 years. No one knew he was there, completely off the grid. And the powers that be over there are now trying to say that he must start paying tax to the land in which he lives on, and he's not allowed. They've told me he's not allowed to live off the grid. But it's expecting it to be some sort of kind of some hippie guy that's like one with the Mother Earth and the planet and stuff. It's not. It was some guy who just had enough of city life and the whole stress of it. Didn't have a family and thought, you know what, I'm not doing this anymore, and basically took himself off and just moved to the woods.
That's what people do here.
My question would be is, how good is wireless signal in the woods? Because I don't know anybody can run an Xbox in the woods. You know what I mean? Actually, I wonder if that's what's wrong with who is it? It's on Talk, not Greasy. Who is it? It's Greasy, isn't it? Who's the one that's got the really bad connection with Talk?
That would be Greasy.
On Project Cars. Greasy.
Well,
I wonder if Greasy's in the woods.
He's got a bad connection, but we tend to seem to think maybe it's just Mal. Mal disconnects him because he doesn't like losing to him.
No, I'm sure there'll be some statements put in, into the chat on the website. Official statements, from Mal to deny such activity. Mal can be sneaky. Mal's a sneaky one. He really is.
Oh yeah.
But, here's one for you. I've this week there's been I think two different applications I've approved that have come on the website. Project Cars actually. One was for F1 Project Cars and something else, and the one I done I think yesterday was just for Project Cars.
Well, that's good.
So we're obviously generating some sort of interest. That's all good, mate. It is good. And we're not going to apologise for going on about Project Cars this week because it is a big deal.
Yeah.
For all you Forza boys and girls.
That's what it was. We have the news for Project Cars. There's no news on Forza. It's the same old, same old.
Yeah. But we're not dumbing it down. It's just that, yes, we used to play Forza. Yes, we did. We used to race on Forza. But then the Lord opened the curtains and let us see the light. Not like with Project Cars. The Lord shined the light down and showed me the way.
The Lord had nothing to do with it. It was all Galley telling you, Ewok, try it again.
Yeah, okay. This is the last one for me, right? What? Just for the record, okay. I just want to put this out there. Yes, Galley convinced me to buy Project Cars, even though I got rid of it. Uh-huh. And yes, Galley was right. Project Cars.
Which Junior confirmed.
Yeah, okay. So I was browsing and chose to get Destiny again, even though I'd had it again. And the reason I got rid of it was I bought it when it was out and didn't know anyone was playing it and really didn't have a clue what I was doing. Uh-huh. So, I have bought it again. Not because Galley told me to, because I chose to. And just with the guidance of Galley,
and MGT.
I have decided and MGT, it is a very good game. I'm I am enjoying it. Now I understand it. That's the thing, it's about understanding it. It's not one of these games you can just pick and play, because there's a hell of a lot to it. And I still get lost sometimes with it. But yes, I'm enjoying it. Now, things happen in threes. There's not going to be any other games that are linked with me and Gally, where anyone can feel that he's told me, bullied me, or coerced me into buying. It's not going to happen. It's not.
Yeah,
just for the record, I just wanted to say that.
No, there's not, because there isn't any other games I really buy.
Thank fuck for that. You're costing me a fortune.
No, but you know me. I think the only thing I'm looking forward to is Mass Effect Andromeda. That's going to be a day one or day 3 or 30 days before purchase before me. That's a no-brainer.
Did you download the 3 Mass Effects?
Well, that is a beautiful thing about that, is now on the Xbox One with the backwards compatibility, I've had the original Mass Effect game downloaded since they made it backwards compatible. My question was, and I even tried to find out from Microsoft, is what's going to be happening with this? Because Mass Effect 2 and Mass Effect 3 never went digital on Xbox. So I didn't know what was going to be happening, and of course I love those games. To me, they are the greatest video game franchise ever created. And I spend whatever money they want for whatever DLC they come out with. I buy it. It doesn't matter to me. It's just cool, something more for my favorite game. So I was curious what was going to be happening. Then when, of course, they decided to put it on the EA Access, and then also make them backwards compatible for the first time in Xbox history since the release of Mass Effect 2 or Mass Effect 3. For the first time, they are available digitally to download on the Xbox One. But not only is it just the games, they have also released every DLC that has ever come out for those games. So you can actually play everything with those. And that is just the greatest thing, because DLC has been missing from a lot of backwards compatible games. So this is something that I think EA did on their own, because it's actually something you can download from the vault if you have EA Access. So I think it's one of the first backwards compatible games to release all previous DLC also.
The EA Access is worth it. £4 a month, and you get access to.
Not even do the month. I do the year. $30 a year, and I mean, just 1 or 2 games is going to be worth that what you would spend to get the game to begin with. Plus, if you're somebody like me who, Mass Effect Andromeda, it doesn't matter. I don't need to know anything about the game. Every critic can tell me the game is the worst thing ever created. I am still going to buy it day one. It becomes available to buy. And with EA Access,
no, it's not available.
But with EA Access, I'm going to get a discount on it by buying it digitally, because it's going to be a game I buy digitally also. So, I mean, yeah, EA Access is something that's worth it for me.
I mean, I looked into it for the PlayStation, but then, obviously, Sony wouldn't agree to the whole terms and conditions of it, so it's not available on the PS. So if you some games that would be good to be accessible for the PS, but no, unfortunately it is just an Xbox thing. So you got to like it and lump it, but it's definitely worth it. Definitely worth the money. There's some interesting games in there. There's a game called Unravel, which is it's a very odd game.
Yeah. Like
a little man made of wool. And, I downloaded it, played it a little bit, and then thought, nah, it's not for me. I mean, it's some nice visuals and, kind of all relaxy music. But it's something to definitely keep the kids occupied. I think it would for a wee while anyway.
Yeah.
For us old folks, it's not really for us quite yet.
No.
For the ones that are close to retirement, Gally might be downloading it soon.
Oh, fuck you.
And maybe Mal. Well, Mal's probably already got it, and the DLC that comes with it, even though it's not been invented yet. That was miles
Huh?
outside the DLC.
What?
And being the old chap that he is.
Huh?
Eh? Eh? But yeah. I don't think. What me? I really don't. I'm thinking all out, buddy. I'm out of my brain here thinking, what else?
Mom?
What else have we got to cover? I wouldn't cover her. No. No.
It's Mom, not Mom.
No. Oh, piss off. See, this is the thing as well. It's not just the States and the UK, right? If you're in Scotland, it's pish. If you're in England, it's piss. So it's piss off in England and piss off in Scotland. But things in Scotland can be pish. But down south, things aren't pish. Really weird. Very weird. Hey, who said you don't get educated with the podcasts? Right? You learn so much from me and Gally.
This is ridiculous.
It has been described as ridiculous on some occasions. That is true. It has been said. The people who have said this, I can say, haven't been seen for a wee while.
What's that?
The people that they say it's ridiculous. The people that dumb us down. This is where it comes in handy having Woodle, because when Woodle goes running, he knows all the spots to bury the bodies.
Yeah.
Which we covered in Woodle's podcast. Yeah, it's very true. Very, very true, mate. Very true.
So
what we got coming up on our next one, mate? What's the? Wait, are we going to have a guest? Do you think we should have a guest?
I think we might be having a couple of guests on our next podcast next week. So
Yes.
Stay tuned for that.
Guessing.
I will give some more updates as far as the growth of Project Cars is concerned. But like I said, the growth on that really is going to it's going to be a team effort. It's not going to happen overnight.
But 9 inches.
It's going to be a slow process, but when it between the help from Junior and yourself and maybe even Greasy, which I've been trying to get in touch with Greasy, but he's got certain things going on right now, so we'll be hopefully maybe talking to him tomorrow. We'll see, but it'll be a slow. I'm hoping it'll be a quick process, but it's not just going to be an overnight type process. So we'll see. But things are gonna definitely gonna try and pick up, and we're gonna make things happen. And like I said, not only grow Project Cars, but in the same time we're gonna grow GLC. So
Yeah. Things are looking shiny bright.
yes, they are.
They are.
That's
GLC 's
pretty
going
much
a-
it.
It's going in a different. Yeah, GLC is going in a different direction, and the direction it's going in now can only benefit us with Project Cars. I really think that's the case, mate.
We might even be able to bring some people in for COD and FIFA. If like I said, I'm sure there's UK players in this club. So
Hey, mate. Hey. For me, this is the very fair thing for me, is that I am happy that this new club is giving you the opportunity to get some midweek gaming done, mate. You know what I mean? Because it kind of bugs me a little bit that, yes, you work hard and what have you, but I can't imagine just being a weekend gamer. I couldn't deal with that. I really couldn't. It's too addictive.
Well,
And the fact that,
between trying to fit in all the gaming and racing and the work for GLC, just on
yeah,
2 days.
2 days.
Yeah, it's like I'm looking forward to
Yeah.
it too, but it's still going to be it's a few months away. So we'll see what happens. Got the rest of this year to get through, and then hopefully in a couple months after that, I'll be enjoying a new lifestyle when it comes to my personal time in gaming.
God, Galley, Monday to Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Shit. My life's never going to be the same again. Do you know what I mean?
We'll see.
I only get bossed about by Galley between Friday and Sunday. He kind of leaves me alone Monday to Friday. Then I'm not going to get away, am I? Do you know what I mean?
Well, you get away mostly. I mean, I'll still hound you as your report's not up yet. Your review's not up yet.
Yeah. Yes, yeah. What was it from 3 o'clock? You're mine. Okay, yeah, no worries. That's what you said to me, yeah.
Well, you know,
like the bitch, I was here, wasn't I?
Yeah, well, no, yeah, and the thing is, yes, we played Destiny, like you said, but during that time of playing Destiny, we also discussed things I wanted to discuss when it came to the Project Cars.
Yes.
And ideas I had for the future growth of Project Cars. So I think what I'm most excited for is bringing a permanent GT3 racing on Saturday nights, because that is without a doubt racing GT3s in Project Cars, that if you think racing modern GT and Forza is any good, that's absolute crap compared to GT3 racing on Project Cars. It's
awesome.
It's phenomenal. Just the amount of cars you get, and the fact that they're spec'd properly for that class of racing, and you get to tune them to act like real race cars. It's just phenomenal. So, and you know, a lot of people do say, "Oh, well, you know, you guys got wheels, and we've got controllers or this and that." If you've got the game, or you know somebody who's got the game, do yourself a favor. Go to the time trial sections of Project Cars, and look at the top names on those leaderboards. Not everybody has a wheel. So, yes, Project Cars is very much playable with a controller. It's just a matter of whether you want to put the time in and whether you want to practice. You know, Junior's as good as he is because he gets to practice. I'm as good as I am because I'm just good. I don't have a lot of time to practice, so I just have to make sure I'm good. But no, you know, Greasy and Junior, they practice. So that's why they're good as they are. Somebody like Lofty just wants to race when it's time to race. So that's why he's not as good as them. You know, it's just like me. You know, me and Lofty can be very comparable, but it's because we mainly race when we race. So, but other than that, it's stay tuned, because we've definitely got more news coming when it comes to Project Cars. I know Mal has more things coming when it comes to Forza. Although I think his news is going to be that there's less Forza, so I don't know. unless we start picking up people who are willing to start running events. Mal really needs that for Forza. If Mal doesn't get some more people who want to start running Forza events, I think Forza is going to shrink as far as their events. So we'll see.
More people for P cars.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll never know. But anyway, so we're hitting that mark. We've got both places to go. You've got company, I believe, coming over. Your brother's stopping by, you said, right?
Yes, he is, yeah. He's on a long drive, and he's stopping in for a break before there's the other half of his journey.
Well, hopefully you don't get him too drunk.
No, he's driving, Christ. We're not American.
Yes, he's driving. Only 3 beers.
Yeah.
But anyway, so like I said, stay tuned for more news from Project Cars. Stay tuned to find out what happens with Ewok in his new job search. Other than that, that's pretty much all we have to bring to you folks this week. And we appreciate you listening and tuning in again. And anything else you want to say there, Ewok?
Always stroke an Ewok counterclockwise.
You might want to shave him first, though.
No. Don't shave me. Do me furry. Do me furry.
Wow, we stayed pretty good all the way through. Right at the end, he had to go left.
Yes,
he had to go left at the end. But anyway,
could have gone clockwise.
for Dirty Ewok 75, I am Gallifrey Madman. Thank you for joining in, people. Have a good night.
Take it easy.
So long, sucker!